and they're coming fast. The next day they have the castle. Shah asks for all the advisors, all the heroes, all the commanders to come for a meeting. They read the letter. The letter is clear, coming from the source that everybody respects and knows. And they all say, just call for Rostam. We have no time. Rostam lives far away, probably 2 days trip in Zabulistan. And they send one of his best friends, another hero, to go bring Rostam. He goes to Zabulistan, arrives there. The king clearly says, don't sleep, don't eat, pack up and come. We are in dire strait. This guy is serious. Rostam reads the letter and he says, it's unknown and unheard of. A hero like this from Turan? And he has my characteristics? I have a son in Samangan. I just sent her mother some letters with gifts and treasure, and she wrote me back that Sohrab is just a baby. His mouth still smells milk, like a baby. He's not ready for war. And he just got the letter from the mother. Because the mother lied, he was afraid that Rostam will call for the son to come so he can teach him battle, as it was the tradition of the time. So immediately Rostam rules out that this boy is his son. And he says, this all can't be true. You know, my friend, let's have some wine. Let's party tonight. This king always gives me a hard time. He's like a little bit crazy, he hasty. You know, let's have a good time together. This was the season that they would drink and have parties. This was not a season of war. Only Sohrab would go to war in this season. They had seasons for things. So he spent the night drinking. Tomorrow he's drunk. And Eve says, let's go. The king will get angry. He says, let's drink another night. The fourth day, Eve says, this guy is going to get really pissed off. He was really worried about the war. And he told me, come immediately. Rostam says, no one can get angry at me. Let's go. So they go. And you see that the characters reveal themselves with their dialogues. They arrive at the king's palace. King is furious, angry. He was in fear, in anxiety for a whole 4 days. Extra. He says, who do you think you are, Rostam, to disobey my order? And Rostam doesn't answer, but Eve jumps in and says, hey, please, be nice, we need him. And the king says, just arrest both of them and kill them. In the meantime, the king is so angry, he walks out. Gudars, one of the other heroes, comes, very strong man, holds Rostam from the hand, just acting. He just wants to remove him from the scene. He's so Persian, huh? The Persian king orders, and they know he's going to change his mind. Huh? They're not going to, really act. Gudars come to grab Rostam's hand and take him out until the king cools down. And Rostam, he doesn't like anyone arresting him. Holding a person from the wrist in that culture means he was arrested. You don't need to put a handcuff. And he's furious because Rostam is free. Rostam loves Iran. Rostam goes to war, but Rostam cannot be arrested. This is the core line of his personality in the entire Shahnameh. Rostam and Rash are free to go wherever they want. And they come when you need them. Are you tired?
No.
Really? They want me to cut it short. I'm going to cut it short. So he throws with a short thing, Gudars to the wall, walks out, say bye. You guys deal with Sorab. I'm going home. He's enraged. He says, I don't need the king. I don't need this kingdom. The only person I fear is God and no one else. So they go all to the king and say, what did you do? It's the only hope we have. We need to get him back. Are you crazy? The old guy goes to the king, and king likes the old guy, and king says, yeah, you're right. Can you go fix it for me? Everything you say is right. I was just angry. He doesn't obey. I'm a king. So he goes and convinces Rostam. But it's interesting how, because he goes to Rostam and says, you know, what do we do without you? King is, apologizing, he was mad, says, I'm not coming. I'm done doing anything for this king. Say, how about Iran? You know what? You go deal with it. And then the old man says, but everyone would say that Rostam heard the description of Sorab and he feared to confront him. And Rostam says, me and fear? There is only God that I fear. So he comes back. Now we get to the battlefield quickly. Sorab comes with the army. Iranian army is tenfold bigger. And Sorab looks at the Iranian army. With him, the general from Turan. And the general is like shaking. He says, wow. Iran came with all its might. Didn't take this small. And Sorab says, it's okay. All of these guys are going to run away. They're big in numbers, but they're nothing when I start the war. And later, it proves to be right. Sorab knows the measure of his own power. The first day the war begins. Oh, the night. Sorry, I need to tell you this. I can't skip. I try, but it's Shahnameh, eh? It's Yalda. So Rostam goes to the king and asks permission to go to the army's camp. And this also shows you another trait of Rostam. He will go alone to spy. He tells the king, I need to go measure my enemy, if you allow me. The king says, sure, just be careful. You're all we have. And I pray behind your back. So he goes, and he's watching Sorab in awe. Sorab is sitting, women around him, wine, food, and he's so mighty and powerful. Rostam never seen any other human in his entire life of battle with this sheer size and power, even from the distance. He says, he watches again a little bit more because he wants to know what they have and not, and suddenly someone walks forward, realizing there is a spy. Rostam kills him with a punch, but the guy is a big hero. Immediately drop dead. Rostam comes back, Sorab hears, and comes to the dead man. This is the man that Sorab's mother sent to identify Rostam for Sorab. And it's the closest friend to Sorab, the only one he can trust. It's the main confidant. And now he's dead. The next day, Sorab is angry. He says, I'm going to kill the king of Iran. I'm going to destroy all this army. He's his closest friend. The next day, Sohrab comes out bringing Hojair, the prisoner that he captured at the castle White, and asks him. He says, "If you tell me one lie, you're dead." Ask him about every camp. There is so many tents. Each of them has their own banner, their own hero, and he's gonna tell Sohrab all. It comes to Rostam's tent, and he lies, because in his mind is this guy is looking for Rostam, and if he kills Rostam, Iran is over. Sohrab asks again, "It's impossible Rostam is not here." And he says, "No, Rostam is not coming to fight you. Who do you think you are? He comes when the enemy is really, really strong. You're just 12,000 people. That's 100,000. What do you think? Like, he comes from Zabul, he's drinking. It's not easy to get him out of party." And he's like, "What?" And he goes again and again. He comes back and says, "Tell me. If you don't tell me the truth, I kill you." And inside him, Hojair thinks of the words of the priest that says, "It's better that you die than your enemy laughing." So he knows that he could get killed by Sohrab, but still lies, ready to die. Sohrab doesn't kill him. He goes. See, the righteousness of the lie continues through the story. And then Sohrab gets out. He wages war on the heart of Iranian army. He kills many and destroys the king's tent. And no one really can fight him. In the letter, the old guy said, "Don't fight him one-on-one unless you're Rostam. He's gonna take care of you like this." So they come in groups. He still manages to kill many. The king asks for Rostam to come from his tent. So he comes all the way and asks Sohrab for a duel. So they have their first duel. It's very picturesque. I don't have time now to go through it. But it's like a real movie, like a script written, like how they fight. The sword's broken, their armor's broken, their horses tired, the horse's armor broken. They eventually get into hand-on-hand battle because there's nothing left from their armory, everything is broken. And then Rostam feels tired. He says, "Damn, I can't win this shit." It's like the first time. It's the first time. Sorry, excuse my French. Ferdowsi didn't speak this language. It's very eloquent. I can't use his words now because I want to wrap it up. So it goes, jump on Rash on his horse, and instead of continuing the duel, he goes fight the Turanian army and kills many. And Sohrab says, "Okay, you do that." He jumps on his horse, he goes, kills like Iranian heroes, big officers. And Rostam looked back and said, "I'm killing peanuts, he's killing the best." And it's true. Because they have to protect the king, so they all get in line. So Rostam comes back and says, "Look, listen, let's do another duel tomorrow. It's almost sunset." They come back tomorrow. Rostam leaves his last will. He goes to the king and says, "Hey, possibly tomorrow I don't come back. This guy was like this, that, and that. I've never had such difficulty. There's never in the history of my battles that I could not lift a person from their waist. And he is stronger than a mountain. I'll do my best as your first and last line of defense. You plan for if I'm not coming back, because because you will not be a match for him. And he goes to his own, and the king sends prayer, of course. He says, I'm going to pray until morning, so God will help you. And God will help Iran. And then he goes to his own camp and tells his brother, who is the second in command. He says, look at the battlefield. If I did not emerge, pack and go. Don't wait a minute. Don't ever think about revenge. This is not a battlefield for revenge. You will be all slaughtered once I'm gone. Don't take a chance. Eat your anger. Be wise. This is my last order. Go call mom and dad and tell the story of the last battle. So he comes with a lot of honor. He comes to ready to die for the first time. He's a real enemy. The battle is going to start, and so Rob comes with a smile. He says, I kind of like you. I don't want to kill you. I have feelings for you. Why don't we sit here and have some wine? And tomorrow send me someone else. Because Sorab is still has feeling. He feels like there's something going on. He could be his father, has all the signs his mother told him about Rostam. And Rostam says, listen, you can't deceive me. I've seen a lot of battles. We're here to fight. Let's get it over with. He put all his concentration. He doesn't want to lose it over a talk. So they start the fight again. Everything is exhausted. And they get into hand-to-hand combat, wrestling. And in a moment, Sorab puts Rostam on the floor, sits on his chest, and is gonna kill him. And Rostam says, hey, this is not our way. The first time we put a noble man on the ground, a hero on the ground, we don't care. The second time we do. And so Rob already has feeling, He says, okay. And he's also so powerful, he thinks he's going to take care of this old man. The other day, he gave Rostam a strong hit. So he knows the old man is weary and tearing. They separate. He goes to Turan, and the head of the army of Turan says, are you crazy? You let him go? This is a lie. There's no such tradition. Now Rostam goes, cleans up, pray to God, says, God, I need to win this one. I'm the last, not the first. He comes back. And in Ferdowsi's word, so much more power in him for this feeling, for this burden he carries. He arrives at the battle. So Rob comes. And this time, is it the fate or what? That Rostam finds the moment to put him on the ground and sit on him. But he knows Sorab is young and strong and will not stay for long under him. He takes the dagger out, put it into his chest. And Sorab now, knowing it's his end, tell Rostam, you did this was fate. It's not your fault. But even if you become a fish and go hide in the oceans, my father Rostam will find you and take revenge. And there's a part of the story I missed, I didn't tell you. is where Sohrab keeps asking Rostam, who are you? And he refuses to say. It's the first time, because in the back, if you were Rostam, you would tell everyone. This is your lineage, everyone knows your name, they will be scared. But Rostam was scared himself, that if this guy knows I'm Rostam, once he kills me, then he's going to destroy everything else. At least my name can carry some weight behind. He would go slower, because he might think that Rostam is still coming. It's an interesting, story, And then the rest is Rostam says, what do you know? که رستم منم که مماناد نام نشیناد بر ماتمم پورزا. Rostam says, oh, Rostam is me, that I wish my name would be erased from history. And you know everything about Rostam is his name. And he says, doesn't matter what I did so far. After this nang, this dishonor, will stain me forever. The king of Iran sends his trusted advisor because a long time has passed and no one emerged victorious. He wants to know if they have to run away or not. And Gudars comes, he sees Rostam, he sees the battlefield. Rostam tells Gudars, can you please go ask the Shah for this special medicine he has in his treasure? Tell him about all my deeds. Maybe he will have mercy, and then I can have my son back. Gudars runs back to the Shah, and the Shah says, this guy killed me this morning. Almost. The father disobeyed me the other day. You think the two of them together, there would be any kingdom? Especially that young guy. So he refuses to give the medicine. So Sohrab dies, and our story is over. I'll come back for another short version. Any questions?